What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? I am going to be doing a 2024 NFL mock draft, baby. Fire me up. So, in no way at all am I expecting this to be accurate. This is more to just showcase the prospects, mess around with some scenarios, and have fun. So, first pick, I got Caleb Williams, Washington Commanders, excuse me. Um, I have them trading up with the Arizona Cardinals to get pick one and select Caleb Williams, who is a DC native. The reason I had the Cardinals trading down in this scenario is they're paying Kyler too much money. They can't trade him. That contract is impossible to move. And I don't think it makes sense for them to take Caleb Williams when they have Kyler Murray on contract. And Kyler Murray isn't a bad quarterback. I understand he has had an injury concern and his play kind of falls off towards the end of the season, but I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. He's still very young. I believe he's. I'm not gonna put a number out there because I think he's 25. But yeah, he still has a lot of room to grow. But now with this pick, he's going to be getting a lot of help here. So we're giving the Arizona Cardinals Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. What can I say about Marvin Harrison Jr.? He's one of the better receiving prospects we've seen. Period. That's the end of that sentence. He's one of the better ones. he's all the great Ohio State receivers that have come out in the last 5 years. He's the best one. And I think people are pretty confident about that. And I'm excited to see what he does with Kyler Murray. And maybe DeAndre Hopkins if he's still there. Now, number 3, Indianapolis Colts. Last year you got your quarterback of the future, my quarterback one, Anthony Richardson. This year, we're getting him some protection. The best offensive lineman, I believe, in this class. All-American as a freshman. Offensive tackle Joe Alt from the Fighting Irish, baby. Fire me up. This is what I'm talking about. This is awesome. I love he's just your prototypical left tackle. He's got the size, he's got strength, athleticism, he's got it all. He's going to translate very well to the next level, I believe. Next up, the Tennessee Titans. Now, I think in a scenario like this, someone's trading up to get Drake May. Now, I'm kind of only doing the one trade, but maybe in another scenario, I think Drake May is already off the board. Because I'm pretty high on Drake May. Obviously, quarterback 2 in this class. Justin Herbert-esque, and I was a huge Justin Herbert fan of him coming out when he came out, and yeah, but that's not going to be this pick. Tennessee Titans could be back-to-back offensive tackle here. I know they took Peter Skoronski. I'm pretty sure that's their left guard of the future. Probably will play tackle this year, maybe, because they don't really have a guy at the spot besides the cat in the 6th round that they took. I forgot his name, but excuse me. I mean, he's a 6th rounder. What do you expect? Olu Fashanu could have come out this year and would have been offensive tackle 1. What else can I say? Yeah, I mean he's pretty. Yeah, the size is there as well, and yeah, he's got all the upside in the world. Number 5. Now, if I'm Chicago and I'm picking at number 5, that has to mean that Justin Fields didn't play well. That's what that means to me. But I'm a bit of a Justin Fields fan. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go Drake May. Or no, I'm not gonna go Drake May. Excuse me. Oh. I'm going to go Jared Verse. He's probably edge 1 in this draft. Very talented out of Florida State. They need edge help. They need defense in general. I mean, it's a very barren defense in Chicago. And I think you roll with Justin Fields till maybe the end of that rookie contract. I mean, if he doesn't show anything this year, though, I think you definitely consider pulling the trigger on Jared Verse. But I think Justin Fields will have an adequate year. I think. Atlanta Falcons. Now, this might be my Drake May spot. Obviously, that they're at 6. The Desmond Ridder experiment maybe didn't go so well. So I think this is where Drake May comes off the board. Drake May, he's pretty big, big arm, big athlete. He's a playmaker. He's not gonna get you those breakout 20+ yard runs, but he'll get you first downs. He does kind of struggle. He sprays the ball a little bit. And that's one thing I'll mention about him. But other than that, I mean, he's one of my top passers in this class, and he's one of my guys so far in this draft process. It is very early though in the draft process, so that could change eventually. Number 7, Tampa Bay. This is a QB spot, but the QBs on the board, I mean, after Caleb Williams and Drake May, I think there's kind of a drop-off. I'm not a big J.J. McCarthy guy yet. I just got to see it, Like, I know he's got the tools. I just got to see it, Quinn Ewers, another guy, just got to see it. He had a bad year last year. He sprayed the ball a little bit. He wasn't making the right reads, but, I mean, he's going to thrive this year. He's still very young. He was 18 last season, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was an 18-year-old starting. Could have been 19. But yeah, he's very young, so I would not be surprised if he took a big jump this year. I'm kind of talking myself into it. But no, we're not going to do that. For Tampa Bay here, I think I'm going to go Kool-Aid McKinstry. No, I can't just go down the board like that. I'm going, well, yeah, Brock Bowers, you've fallen too far, buddy. Just another weapon to that offense. I think one of those receivers is going to go, Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. I think one of them's on the way out. It's going to be hard for them to go through a rebuild while also paying both of those guys. I think Brock Bowers is a pretty generational tight end prospect, I would say. I mean, 3-year starter, are going to be a 3-year starter at Georgia. He was spectacular. He's the number 1 option in that offense. He's dynamic playmaker. He's athletic. He's got all the traits. He's a gamer. You just got all the traits you want. And honestly, he might be the best overall prospect in this class. Probably not better than Caleb Williams, but he might be number 2. But just kind of the value of tight end. I don't know if he's trying to compare him to Kyle Pitts here. It's kind of hard to tell since I haven't seen that junior year yet, but I think he's a little bit better than Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts did go at 4, so this could be low for Brock Bowers, but we'll see. Cardinals here picking again. They went with Marvin Harrison Jr. with their first pick. Edge help is probably necessary, I would say, or just any defensive line help at all, because that defensive line is barren. I like Braylon Trice. I think I'm gonna go Dallas Turner though. Alabama edge rusher. What else do I have to say? Yeah, he's a pretty athletic guy off the edge. Not really like your Will Anderson type, who's more speed to power. Dallas Turner is I'd say he has a lot more bend than Will Anderson. He's definitely not as good of a prospect, I think, though, as Will Anderson. Some might grade him higher, I think, just because he has that bend and Will Anderson doesn't. But yeah, I'm still Will Anderson, true and whatever that expression is. Number 9, New England Patriots, picking pretty freaking high in this. I don't know. I feel like the Patriots roster isn't all that bad. I don't know why. I don't know. I always think the Super Bowl odds before the beginning of the season are kind of wild, because I don't think they know. Well, obviously they don't know, but man, I mean, Patriots have shown no faith in Mac Jones, but I don't think this is a quarterback class for them. I mean, I don't think any of these quarterbacks fit their MO, you know? And maybe they don't have an MO. Maybe, I mean, they did have Cam Newton, but, interesting. This is very, very interesting. They went Christian Gonzalez last year. That's right. Sorry, I'm looking at my big board right now, and I mean, maybe a receiving option, but that doesn't feel like a Patriots pick. I think I'm gonna go offensive tackle here. My number 3 offensive tackle is J.C. Latham out of Alabama, and we're gonna take him here. I mean, Alabama to New England pipeline. Saban worked with Belichick. It's very common for them to take guys. J.C. Latham, he has a lot of development to do this upcoming year. This is kind of a projection for him, but I mean, SEC left tackle. I mean, it usually works out like this, you know. I mean, Evan Neal, worked out with him. We weren't quite sure about him, and then he took a jump in that next year and he was picked top 5 in the draft. But top 6, top 5, top 6, I don't remember. But yeah, J.C. Latham. Number 10. Now, I think Stafford's elbows, it's done. I think it's gone, but I think they're in the beginning of a rebuild right now as well. So maybe it's too early in the rebuild to take that quarterback, to take a chance on that guy, but man, this is hard. This is difficult. I mean, the Rams have so many holes they can fill, and they don't really have that edge rusher, I feel like. Oh, I'm going to go Braylon Trice. I love Braylon Trice out of Washington. I think he's going to be, I think he's for sure a first-round prospect next year. I shouldn't be saying stuff like that because you never know, honestly, but I'm pretty confident about that. Packers here at 11. I think a weapon could help, but that's not the Packers. So I'm thinking more secondary. Secondary. I could just go Kool-Aid McKinstry, and they can move Rasul Douglas to safety. Yeah, I like that. Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's the best corner prospect in this class. I mean, we've all known him since high school. When we found out about his name, and everyone went crazy, and then found out, oh, this guy's actually a stud. This guy's the real deal. And yeah, great length, great athleticism, great corner prospect. Bears here. They had a pick in this draft already. They took Jared Verse. I think defense again would be my choice here. I think Jared Verse. This is kind of difficult. I think Jeremiah Trotter. This might be early for Jeremiah Trotter. Linebackers never go this early. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna. Where is he? I don't think they need a receiver though. Gosh. You know what? I'm just gonna go quarterback. If they sucked, I'm going quarterback. I know I said I won it. I'm going with quarterback 3 for me. Quinn Ewers out of Hook 'em horns. I talked about Quinn earlier, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But I mean, we're looking for a big jump out of him. I mean, he only had 56 completion percentage of 56%, which isn't that good. But I mean, with the addition of AD Mitchell, a guy who I'm really high on, who's gonna get picked probably pretty soon, I would hope. Yeah. Pittsburgh, I might actually have. Let me think about that though. So, Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Calvin Austin. I think Steelers are pretty confident in their ability to hit on receivers in the second round. That's usually when they take their guys. So, I think I'm going to bolster up their defense here and take a guy like JT Tuimoloau. Tuimoloau. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. JT Tuimoloau. There we go. Edge out of Ohio State. He probably plays more of like a 5 tech in the NFL. Profile's better as kind of an inside guy, but he has that edge versatility as well. Big, strong, good in the run game. Great overall prospect, I would say. Number 14 here, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Now, is this a quarterback spot? It could be. I think it could be. I don't. No, not yet. My. Hey, I was gonna go with a little bit of a sleeper quarterback pick here, but I'm gonna save it. Because with this one, I'm just gonna go JJ McCarthy. You know what? I like the tools. Other people in the draft community are high on him. Me personally, I am kind of wishy-washy on him, but you know what? I think it's always good to take a chance on tools and development. And JJ McCarthy, he's got tools, and he's got the arm. He just kind of needs to. I mean, he just needs to make the jump. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 15, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. What? Oh, thank God. We have the Las Vegas Raiders here. I mean, their defense, I couldn't name a single corner on that roster. So I'm looking at my corners here. Looking at my corners, I see Travis Hunter. That's that's kind of funny. See, this is a difficult pick right here. I like Mason Smith. I think that would be a fun pick. I'm going to go to Vegas's team needs. Take a look. Offensive tackle, corner. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Offensive tackle. But I don't think there's really... I mean, Blake Fisher, but I don't like him that much. I mean, this high? Like, that's kind of crazy. So I'm thinking secondary here, and I'm kind of feeling Denzel Burke out of Ohio State. I mean, there's been other Denzel corners out of Ohio State who have who have played well, and honestly, I mean Denzel Burke, he kind of compares to Denzel Ward pretty well, I would say personally. Okay, this is as clear as day. AD Mitchell. Where is he? This is the easiest pick I've ever had to make. Excuse me. Why can't I find it? There we go. AD Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas, the Georgia transfer. I am very high on him. He has all the upside. He's big. I mean, he's 6'3", but he can still run routes. He can go up for contested catches. I love AD Mitchell, and I'm excited to see him this year at Texas with Quinn Ewers and Xavier Worthy. Another receiver I like in this draft, but because of the size, doesn't quite profile as an early first rounder, or maybe not even a first rounder at all. I think perhaps falls out of the first round, obviously depending on this season. This draft, I don't want to say it means nothing, but it is just to showcase who I believe are the top prospects. Number 17, Denver. This is another quarterback spot, but I don't. It's kind of starting to run out. I feel like there's a whole tier of quarterbacks that are like late first round, early second round in this class, like we haven't really seen before. Um, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for Denver here. Um, I think they addressed offensive line in last free agency. I think they're good with their receiving core. I think this could be a defense pick here, and I think we could look at edge. Chop Robinson, maybe. I like Jerzon Newton. I'm gonna go Mason Smith here. I think that's a fun pick. LSU guy, big space eater. Love to see it. Number 18, you got the Los Angeles Chargers. I think you addressed offense in the first round of the last draft. I think now it's time to take a good look at your defense and probably replace Kenneth Murray with a guy who I think is going to be pretty good, Jeremiah Trotter out of Clemson. It seems like all these Clemson defenders kind of jumped off a cliff once their defensive coordinator left. But all of these high Clemson recruit guys like KJ Henry and Brian Bresee, it's like as soon as the DC left, they're all kind of just plummeting. Their stock just plummeted. But I like Jeremiah Trotter. I think Jeremiah Trotter had a good year last year. Regardless, I think of the defense, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. Seattle, is this their quarterback? Is this where they take quarterback? Interesting. Michael Penix Jr., I think, would be my quarterback 3 in this class. But he had season-ending injuries his first 4 years of high school or college. He's kind of a red flag for me. I don't think I could take him in the first round. Bo Nix is another guy that I really like. He had a great year last year, and he profiles really well as an NFL starter, but he's kind of old. He's going to be a 24-year-old rookie. Cameron Ward, another guy I like, doesn't really play in a good offense or really like translatable offense at Washington State, but he's very athletic. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go Shedeur Sanders out of University of Colorado, son of Deion Sanders. It's this might be weird, right? But he was the best quarterback at his level last year, I believe. No doubt about it. And I don't think that was due to level of competition. I think he is really good. I think he could start at quarterback at a lot of other schools. I think he's really athletic, and if it doesn't work out, I think you can move him to corner and have some pretty solid success. And I think you get prime time too as like a coach. I'm pretty sure is what happens with that. And he's a cool guy to have on the staff. But seriously, I think Shedeur Sanders, I think Seattle would be a great place to develop him. That's a great culture for him. I think that culture kind of fits Deion's kind of MO. I think that'd be a great spot for him. Number 20, New York. They took Jalen Hyatt in the third round this year, but I'm going to go Malik Neighbors. He's another receiver that I'm pretty high on. People called him one of the better LSU receivers, within the last 5 years, which if you're looking at it, Terrace Marshall, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, those are some pretty great guys. DJ Chark, those are some pretty great receivers. And I like the tape. I think he's quick. I like what he does after the catch too. But yeah, like Neighbors. New Orleans Saints. I think this is an offensive line spot, but as far as offensive linemen on the board that I like, they're not even gonna show me. Um, I mean Donovan Jackson, Jerzon Newton though. I feel like this is a defensive line spot actually. Now that I think about it, with the aging of Cameron Tom, no, whatever. Oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? Cam Jordan. God, I'm stupid. All right, yeah, no more Cam Jordan. That means we got to take none of these guys. We're gonna take Jerzon Newton, my D tackle too in this class. Next up we have Miami. Miami, I think, is another spot that could address defense in the draft. Maybe up front because Christian Wilkinson's contract is going to be up, and Zach Sealer, his contract is also up. I don't know if you could pay both those guys, but I mean, this class isn't short of solid, versatile inside outside guys like that. Um, just finding the right one, and I think they could even go just a strict outside guy too. I think my pick here, I'm kind of in between Jack Sawyer and Chop Robinson. I'm gonna go Zach Sawyer, or excuse me, Jack Sawyer. I mean, really, really talented prospect. He was a 5-star. He's got all the talent, all the upside in the world. Yeah. Number 23, we got Jacksonville. They addressed defense last draft. I think this could be the draft where they get another weapon, perhaps. I like Rome Odunze, wide receiver out of Washington. Xavier Worthy is here as well. Dorian Singer could have a big year next year. We'll see. And he could definitely make a big jump and be up here. Emeka Egbuka too. I think he's a wide receiver too in his offense, but Chris Olave was basically the wide receiver 3 at Ohio State, and he's had some good success so far. But man, I mean, I think I am gonna take a receiver here. I think it's gonna be Rome Odunze too. I like the speed. I feel like they don't really have that kind of speed guy in their offense. I mean, Zay Jones is kind of fast, but I like the fit. Rome Odunze. Number 24, Baltimore. I think this could be another receiver spot because, you got Zay Flowers, you got OBJ last year. I think. I don't know. I think that's a solid group of 3 right there with Rashad Bateman. So maybe you do address defense, and they didn't take Patrick Queen's 5th-year option. So I'm gonna go Tommy Eichenberg or Barrett Carter. I think Barrett Carter kind of fits what they want to do more. I do like Tommy Eichenberg more, but I think Barrett Carter kind of fits that mold a little better. Excuse me. Lions here. They had a little silly draft this year, didn't they? Super silly draft. I think another weapon is kind of necessary for that offense, and they got Sam Laporta. I don't know. I feel like another outside guy though is necessary. I don't think Xavier Worthy can play on the outside. I think Emeka Egbuka can though. So I'm gonna go Emeka Egbuka here. He'll be a solid wide receiver too. And yeah, I mean, definitely has the upside. I mean, he was a very good prospect coming out of high school. I mean, he could definitely profile as a wide receiver one in this league. But uh, yeah, we will see. The Jets, 26th. So that would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th best odds to win the Super Bowl. Wow, that is absurd. Also, doesn't Green Bay have this pick? Interesting. Okay. New York here. I think they need offensive line. But man, there's not really any tackles I like right now. None of them. This feels early for a lot of these tackles. I could go guard. No, I can't. I can't go guard. What am I thinking? I mean, we'll go Tommy Eichenberg here. I think C.J. Mosley's getting kind of up there. I think Tommy Eichenberg can be a good replacement for him. He's great in the run game. He's smart. He's a leader, captain. He has pass coverage upside too. He definitely has pass coverage upside. His brother, Liam Eichenberg, is I believe a guard now for the Miami Dolphins, but he went to the University of Notre Dame. So he's got to be a stud. He's got Irish in his blood. Number 27, we have Dallas here. Do I want to sneak another quarterback into this? No, I mean, none of these spots can really be quarterback spots, and I don't really think any of these quarterbacks could be first-round quarterbacks. Maybe Tyler Van Dyke. Here, I'm going to take a little portion. I'm going to talk about some of these quarterbacks real quick that I won't be able to get to talk about. Tyler Van Dyke, I loved him last year. He was supposed to come out last year, but he just was not good. But, I mean, he has a big ol' arm. He's pretty athletic. And I was comparing him to a bunch of great quarterbacks. And I love his arm talent and his athleticism, but he just has to step up. His first year as a starter last year was not good. We can talk about Grace McCall, but I mean, Sam Hartman though, Notre Dame. He was in QB1 if you guys watched that. Graham Mertz, Cam Rising, KJ Jefferson at Arkansas. He's kind of like he's gonna get Anthony Richardson comps, but he's way older and not quite as athletic, and he kind of plays in a not so NFL style offense, unlike Anthony Richardson, who played at Florida, who is definitely a pro style offense. But still like KJ Jefferson. DJ, obviously, he was a number one prospect in the 2019-2020 high school class, I think it was, my sophomore year. And now he's at Oregon State. He's in an offense that's going to let him give him more freedom, I guess, because that's not what he had at Clemson. Jordan Travis, he had a great year last year, a little bit of an older prospect, but he was like the highest graded quarterback, I think, by PFF, or he was definitely like top 3 or something. Kyle McCord, he's a highly rated prospect. I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen him play. I should probably watch the spring game for Ohio State, but Spencer Rattler, I'm just going to roll over that guy. And then we talked about Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr., but yeah, that's the quarterbacks of this class, the main ones. Obviously, there might be a couple that pop in there. Emory Jones, wow, I actually didn't know he was still in college. Keaton Slovis at BYU now, his 4th or 5th school. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to the draft. Let's make this Cowboys pick. And I think they need a linebacker, but there's none that I like. So we could look at corner. We could go Cooper DeJean. Kalen Bullock is on the board. I'm going to go Andrew Makuba here. Great ball hawking safety out of Clemson. Pretty athletic as well. And I'm not 100% sure how the contract situation are for Dallas safeties, but I'm sure at some point they're gonna have a hole in their secondary pretty soon. It doesn't feel like, yeah, right. Yeah, so that makes sense. Um, okay, cool. All right. Next up is Buffalo. They got a weapon last year in Kincaid. I think they could just address offensive line. And where the hell? Because I just looked at my board on my phone and I realized, is he not in this class? What the hell? So there is no Kingsley. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but tackle out of Penn. Oh, was that him? There we go. He's listed as a guard. Okay, I think he actually profiles pretty well as a tackle, but I'm gonna draft him for the Buffalo Bills here. Next up is the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like they still have holes in their secondary. Like I know they addressed that, but you could go Cooper DeJean. He is pretty decent, pretty good ball hawk and pretty physical corner as well. Probably will switch to safety, but I'm actually gonna go him. I'm gonna go Cooper DeJean here. Next up is the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, a wide receiver 3 is interesting, and I think that guy might be. I can talk about Johnny Wilson a little bit too, wide receiver out of Florida State. But I'm not. I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy. I think he profiles as a good slot guy. I think he can play slot for them. Now he is kind of undersized. Is that samey to Devontae Smith? Maybe, but I think he's a pretty explosive weapon, and I like Xavier Worthy. My San Francisco 49ers making our first round pick selection since beloved Trey Lance. What are we going to do here? Drafting for the Niners has always been so damn difficult. They never do what I expect them to do. Like, I'm trying to think of an instance. Oh, when, actually, no, that totally made sense. They're most likely going to go D-line with this pick. That's stupid. Yeah, obviously they're going to go D-line with this pick because they always draft D-line. They can't get enough of it. But maybe this isn't the year. Maybe this is a year where they address the offensive line. I think Blake Fisher, another Notre Dame right tackle, could replace the hole left by Mike McGlinchey, former Notre Dame right tackle, who actually I am very low on. Mike McGlinchey is not a good right tackle anymore. I think he had a few good years in San Francisco, but I think these last 2 years have just been awful for him. And it's been really hard to watch as a Niners fan. And it was very nice for me to watch the Broncos overpay him. That was pretty awesome. Kansas City. I mean, you could look at another weapon here. Mario Williams is on the board. He's a pretty explosive receiver out of USC. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. I think I'm going to look secondary here. And I'm going to go Kalen Bullock, another safety I like out of USC. And yeah, that's the draft. Can we look at the full results? Yeah. So, I like it. This turned out pretty good. Hell yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. This was so much fun to record. I love talking about the draft, and leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys want more. I'm gonna try to post some more content for the upcoming season, maybe a playoff prediction, an award prediction video. So yeah, leave a comment, subscribe, like, and have a great day, guys.